Alright guys, so this morning I saw a video that Regina made where she was crying. Man, you can tell that this girl is going through a lot. Oh God, my goodness. I felt bad about it when I saw it. You can tell that Ned is really dealing with this girl. And this girl is battling depression at the moment. And to make it worse, some people were actually happy about it on Facebook. I went through some comments and what I saw, in fact, it was a disaster. Some people even went to the extent of digging up a post that Regina made in 2020. That was during the NSAS protest, where she said that she was counting, money at home while protest was going on. And that period, Nigeria were actually, protesting against police brutality. And 5 years later, it is still the same police that Ned is using to oppress her and the family. The table has turned around, and now people are saying that it is karma. Just imagine if, Regina has stood up that time to support the protest. But she did it. And 5 years later, she's crying out for help. And nobody is willing to lend a helping hand. But that's not even the case though. I was expecting the like of VDM to actually come out and support her and say that this thing, that this guy is going through is enough. But VDM actually did the opposite. I can't say that it did the opposite, but it seems as if that VDM is neutral in this case. It's on a neutral ground in this case. Now here's what VDM said.
Fine and good, now you are making this video. What's this video for? In your previous video, you say you cannot cry. Now you are crying. It's all emotional, blackmail and all that. If Nigerians will not tell you the truth, people like VeryDarkMan dey here where we will not give a fuck about what's in the general public and what they won't talk. Because at the end of the day, we started this whole thing with saying what we want to say. We don't care about people's feelings. I'll tell you. Do you understand? There's a need to dialogue. And your mother should play the best role in all of this. Because Ned is her son-in-law. No matter what we want to say, Ned is her son-in-law. Even if Ned senior her. But her joining all of you to come and insult the man in public doesn't speak well of her and doesn't speak well of your family. I don't care how Nigerians won't put down. Just
so you can completely see that VDM is neither here or there in this case. So in other words, Regina is on her own. And also, Regina made a post, which of course I'm going to read out to you now. Regina said, "I give up. What was my brother's offense? Fighting for his baby sister because his in-law would always beat her up, that is her husband. I actually accorded the Nigeria police some respect, but shame on you all. It is obvious the highest bidder always wins. Now she's crippled. I will return if that is the only way." So in other words, she's already thinking of going back to Ned. And that is actually what Ned wants. She wants her back. And that is why I believe he's doing all this. Now, I want you guys to understand, one thing here. If Regina and the mom has not brought this issue to the internet, I believe that by now this issue would have been resolved by now. Because this is a family issue. And it has to be resolved within the family, not on the internet. And then Regina said, "Do whatever he says, get injected to be like a zombie, get locked up and raped in the house." So in other words, she's trying to say that she is being injected, whether by Ned, allegedly, I don't know. And she probably, sometimes gets raped by the husband forcefully, maybe when she's not in the mood and the husband wants it. And this is the write-up here. Let's continue. "Only then will her brother return, because by law there is no tangible case against Sammy West. Ned Nwoko is bigger than the whole of Nigeria. That is what this means. They lost, or rather, she lost." Now, a lot of people will come out and criticize Ned or Regina, saying that this one said this and this one said this. But the truth is, we can't really tell who is completely, honest in this issue. Why? Because Ned is yet to come out to grant a proper interview on this issue. We've only been seeing the display of Regina all this while on the internet. If truly that Ned is keeping this boy locked up, I think the best way to do this is actually to release him and settle this issue within the family. That's the best way to resolve this issue fast, because this is a family issue, as I always say. And secondly, I still believe that Regina's mom and the dad, they have a huge role to actually play in this issue. If only both of them can go to Ned, talk like man to man, family to family, I believe that this issue will be resolved very, very fast. And for all those that is mocking Regina online, don't forget, what goes around comes around, because tomorrow it will be your turn. Now this girl is going through a lot right now. It is not for you guys to be digging up her old post to mock her, but rather the best thing to do is actually to support her, because this girl is battling through depression. And if anything should happen to her, it will be so sad, because this guy cried out on the internet, and still yet a lot of people are still standing up against her because of the mistake that she made years ago, which is very, very bad. Very, very bad. So don't forget, guys, if you are part of those that is mocking this girl, don't forget that what goes around comes around. So don't forget to like my video and subscribe to this channel. Support my channel if you have not done that. I beg. I beg. Just try to like this video and hit the subscribe button. Subscription is absolutely free, so that you can be among the first few persons to be notified whenever I post a new video. I'll see you guys in my next video. And I also want to know, do you guys think that Ned is handling this issue the right way by locking up Samuel West, or by using police to oppress them? I want to know what you guys think about this issue in the comment section. And don't forget, don't pray. If you pray, you're gonna learn, and you're gonna learn the hard way. Peace and love. Don't pray.